Good morning, children. Today, in continuation with the previous session that was on formal letter writing and part 1, in that session we covered about business letter, right? So, in continuation with that, we are moving forward to part 2 or second type of formal letter writing, that is known as official letter. So, our topic for today's session is official letter. Now the flow of the session will go like this. We shall understand introduction of official letter, then different types of official letter. Under types of official letter, there are many situations which I have given name as forms of official letter. Okay, for which we write or we coin or we draft official letter. And then what is the marking scheme as per CBSE guideline? After that, what are the important guidelines you should follow while drafting an effective official letter? Then format, we have to stick to the format. We have already worked on that format in our formal letter writing. Okay, we shall talk about what are the important points which we should take care of in official letter about format, and then some specimen examples. After that, worksheet. Now, the introduction of official letter. We all know of offices. You see, each department is having an office in any country, right? So official letter, actually it is a type of formal letter which is written in formal and dignified language. Okay, and it always follows a certain stipulated format, pre-standardized format. Such letters are written for official purposes to, number one, authorities, some dignitaries, colleagues also, seniors, etc. These are not written to personal contacts, friends and family. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, this is email time, or means nowadays email is so popular, why we should go for manual way of writing a letter? Let me tell you, children, while email is quick and efficient, it will never make as strong an impression as a nicely well written, professionally formatted, non-virtual letter, which the person whom you are writing to can hold it in her or in his hands. That's why official letter is still ideal for many key situations. Now these official letters, to whom these are written to? See, we talk about official authorities, heads of organization, heads of banks. There are some examples of authorities which frequently come in your syllabus or in your class, right? There are situations for which you may write letter to the commissioner of police, maybe some problem, okay, which only Department of Law and Order can handle. Then you have to address to the commissioner of police, deputy commissioner of police also. Then if any problem in residential property, maybe it's a land or it's a plot or it is a flat or bungalow, then you have to write down that problem to the works manager of builder group. If the problem is related to hospital, then you will address to the medical superintendent. And if any issue, any inquiry, any problem, any suggestion you want to give to education department, then we all understand that in education department the head is known as chairperson, so you can address to the chairperson of education. Then any commercial organization, you can write down to director, CMD, CEO, etc. Okay, commission of education, district magistrate of any city, etc., etc. Second part, letter to the editor of a newspaper. This is written to the editor or editor-in-chief of any newspaper. For example, some newspapers names I have given in the slide: the Hindustan Times, the Times of India, the Hindu, the Navbharat Times, the Business Standard, the Amar Ujala, Nai Duniya, Raisan Patrika, and so on. But we have to address this letter to the editor to editor-in-chief. Now based on this previous information, we can easily understand what are the two types of official letters. Okay, the official letters are categorized into two categories. Number one, letter to the editor. Number two is letter to the government officials. Okay, this letter to the head, letter to the bank manager, letter to the principals and directors is sub-variant of letter to the government officials. Okay, there is some changes in this slide, I will do it later on. Okay, so these three bottom three are actually sub part of government officials. Okay, now when you are addressing or when you are writing these two types of official letters, there are n number of situations for which you write letter. These situations actually are known as forms of official letter. Number one, it may be inquiry, so letter will be known as inquiry letter. Okay, it is simply to elicit information. These are perfect example of when you are on the job hunt, need legal advice, or you are soliciting any donation or any information about any courses you want to extract. Then follow-up letters. This may not be in your syllabus, okay, but we have already held some communication regarding inquiry. Then follow-up is after that, or we have already into some correspondence, then follow-up is required. Okay, a great example is a thank you letter after an interview is a follow-up letter. Then complaint letters, this is in your syllabus. Many situations you will find in this category about complaints only. Then letters of suggestions. Your letter to the editor category is mostly about such kind of situations where you are providing your opinion about any issue, about any problem. Then recommendation letters, when you want to recommend something. Okay, clear? It is also known as a letter of reference. Okay, then college application letter, letter of resignation. Okay, application letter is in your syllabus, but that was job application, not college application, and letter of resignation is not in your syllabus. Just for your information, I have given you that. Other situations are application letter for job, which is a big topic, will be taken up into next class. Leave application for sickness, leave application for marriage, leave application for maternity, invitation letter, resignation letter, order letter, and many more situations. Okay. Now, what are the features of official letter? You should take care of only 3 points under this. Number one, okay, here you are going to write it manually because it is in your class syllabus, right? But we all know letter writing is application based learning. So when you are using it, once you are part of any organization, it is always typed. Number two, you must strictly adhere to the rules of standard English. Okay, standard English means it should be flawless. There should not be any grammatical error. There should not be any vocabulary based error. And it always has a formal structure. We all know what is the formal structure. I have already talked about formal structure in my previous presentation. Formal structure, what we follow here is block format. Clear? In organization, maybe different formats are followed, but here from exam point of view, you are going to use only and only block format. Let us move on to next slide. What is the difference between official letters and informal letters? The same 3 points are used as point of difference between two. Are always typed, are always adhered to the rules of standard English, okay, and have formal structure. Now, unlike these three, informal letters are handwritten or typed, and we may talk about in these letters in conversational language, colloquial language, and there is no particular format for informal letters. At the convenience of the writer, this can be changed. So these are loosely structured. Now, marking scheme is same as I told you in My formal letter writing, content for 3 marks, expression 2 marks, where grammatical accuracy, coherence of ideas, quality of ideas all are tested, and format carries 1 mark. So total 6 marks are reserved for letter. Now, what are the do's and don'ts of official letter writing? Don't use the salutation to whom it may concern. It's outdated and impersonal. Do not use that. Do follow the rules of standard written English and carefully proofread your writing. Consider using an editor and be editor yourself for your letter to give polished touch to your letter and ensure that it's free from any type of error, whether it is content error or structure error. Now, 2 types of errors I talked about. Structure error means where formatting errors, okay, and content error means your quality of language you have used in that. Do not use overly familiar or colloquial language. Avoid contractions and use complete sentences. Do sound like yourself, just a very professional version of yourself. And don't use a thesaurus to try and sound more intellectual. Be normal. Do keep your letter short and to the point. It should be short, but it should be complete in information. Do not use any colored paper or stationery paper with any added embellishment or design, except your letterhead, if you have such a thing. Okay, once you are part of any organization, you will be doing job, this particular point will be taken care of. Do mail your letter as soon as possible after you write it. See what happens when you're going to use letter writing in your job life, in your career. At that time, do not keep it for long at home. Immediately you mail it, and the date you wrote in the heading should ideally match the postmark. Let's say you have written letter today and after 10 days you are posting it. That should not happen. What will happen? The inside date of letter writing will tell that there was a long time, means back this letter was written. So this should not happen. There are some useful expressions like I gave you for business letter also. Here also you can use, means whatever form of letter is in your syllabus, that is most of the time problem, inquiry letter and complaint letter are most of the time are asked in CBSE board examination. So opening paragraph of the body of the letter, you can begin with these expressions. I wish to draw your kind attention towards, I regret to inform you that, respectfully this is to highlight the, I wish to bring to your notice the grave problem of road rage in our locality, like that. I want to draw the attention of the municipal authorities that sanitation is really horrible, means past few days in our locality. This is with reference to the, actually when already some communication has happened, this last expression you can use for that. Or you can also begin with some interesting facts, quotes about the topic, and can use the our statement after that. This is the format of official letter writing. There is no change, as I have discussed already in detail in my previous presentation. Everything is same. Just for your reference, I have added this slide in this presentation also. Okay, address of the sender, date of writing the letter, designation of the receiver. Here designation, not name. You have to add designation of the receiver. Name is not written. Please keep in mind this thing. So after designation, address of the receiver, then subject of the letter, salutation. You can use respected sir if the authority is quite dignitary. Okay, you can use sir, you can use madam, depends on who the person is. And if you do not know whether the person is male or female, use both with obliques sign, sir / madam. Okay, main part is your body of the letter. That should be, very effective. Okay, content must be arranged properly, quality of language should be proper, your choice of words should be proper, so that it should be very impactful on the mind of the reader. When it ends, then you can write thanking you. It is not given here. Okay, both ways it is correct. So yours faithfully, yours sincerely, both can be used. Okay, this is for your official letter writing. One more example I have given, you may see later on. Now, second part was letter to the editor. What are the main points you should remember while writing letter to the editor? A number of conventions means rules, must be adhered to while drafting a letter to the editor. Number 1, draw the attention of the concerned authorities, general public towards the problem through the letter, not the editor. I want to draw your attention. No, I want to draw attention of the concerned authorities. Like that, you have to frame your first statement. Request the concerned authorities to take the action, not the editor. See, editor is mediator by which you are actually sending your opinion, your suggestions, your problem to the concerned authority. So editor is nowhere is the destination point. Destination point is the concerned authority. By the newspaper, your views will be reaching to the concerned authority. Okay, so please take care of this initial statement using these comments. Raise the issue by citing some latest news, items, survey reports and personal experience. What happens when you add your facts like this? It brings, it brings credibility in your content. Otherwise, if credibility is not there, authorities will not pay attention to it. Present analysis of the issue in terms of its causes and consequences. Finally, offer suggestions in the end. Now follow the 4 P's. I got it from somewhere, so I have written. Only you have to take care of first part at this point of time. That is, proofread your letter carefully. Other 3 will be useful once you are going to use in your life all these letters. Print your letter, pop it into an envelope, post it quickly. Not needed at this time because you are doing it for the exam point of view. So I have already mentioned note, red steps you will require when you write it for any problem in real life. Now some useful expressions for letter to the editor also. Opening paragraph of the body of the letter to the editor. Through the esteemed columns of your newspaper, I wish to bring to the notice of the concerned authority. Okay, so and so problem, so and so issue. In my opinion, this is a very shocking or disturbing matter. Or, through the columns of your esteemed national daily, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities, municipal commissioner, like that. Through the columns of your esteemed daily, I would like to express my opinion with reference to a report. If you have read somewhere in the newspaper, in the magazine, some report, and then you want to raise your opinion, you want to voice your opinion, then your statement will be like this. Now, what is National Daily? Many students commit very frequent mistake. What is that? They write down to the editor, National Daily, because it is given in the question. See, National Daily means any name of the newspaper. So please supply any newspaper name for National Daily. National Daily is not any newspaper. Do not commit this blunder when you are drafting these letters. Or you can also begin with some interesting facts, quotes about the topic, and can use the statement after that. This is the format. You can see format. Have a look. Same parts are there, but what is the changes you can understand. That is receiver's address, the editor, the Times of India, Jaipur, like that. And then subject, content, complimentary clause, signature, full name and designation. One more example I have given. Have a look at that. Now, I will send notes plus worksheet. Look at the worksheet. Some solved examples are also given. Please do those first, and then what I have given in this slide, test your understanding, do it yourself. That you have to do on your own. You refer from somewhere, whatever way, but this should be your original piece of writing. With this, my presentation is complete. Thank you very much, children, for the patient listening.